I'm Munir Ali. I have type 2 diabetes and I'm managing to control it. Over the last couple of years, I've been sharing my knowledge and helping others in the same position as me through a program called Diabetes Lifestyle Coaching. It hasn't been easy. It's been ups and downs. But I wanted to share that journey with you and talk to people that helped me along the way and share that knowledge with you to make you feel better, healthier and fitter and take control of your type 2 diabetes. Stick around if you want to find out how I went from 118 kilos, 10.9 HbA1c to losing 18 kilos and in the pre-diabetic zone. They say you are what you eat. If that's the truth, then I should either be a chicken peri peri or a bowl of dal. But there is some truth in that. Our food defines us both socially and culturally. South Asian food is tasty, it's nutritional, but it's not always the best for us type 2 diabetics. So I hear you shout, what can we eat? Do we swap out the custard creams for the blueberries? Swap the rice for couscous? White bread instead of brown bread? Or do we eat leafy greens for the rest of our lives like rabbits? I've got a friend coming over, Manju Mali. She's a food expert and writer. She's going to talk to us about nutrition and type 2 diabetes. Oh, that's her now. Manju, so good for you to kind of pop by and have some lunch with me today. But I have an ulterior motive. Big question I get asked every time I'm working with people with type 2 diabetes and people with type 2 anyway is, what can I eat?
You can eat everything.
Really?
Nothing's off the table. You can even eat carbs, but in moderation. Everything is in moderation.
Okay, explain.
Well, for example, you wouldn't have rice and roti and a curry in one sitting. You have one carbohydrate in one sitting.
Okay.
And also, it depends on the type of carbohydrates you're eating. Brown bread, white bread, they're processed products. So anything made in a factory is processed. So try and avoid those kinds of carbohydrates.
Okay. Just going back one step, you talked about brown bread, white bread. The first thing that people go to is, I'm going to swap my white bread for brown bread. Is that a good thing?
It's okay, but brown bread, white bread, it's carbohydrates
It's still
again. Still carbs.
Your body's not going to kind of distinguish between this is brown
not
carbs,
really.
this is white carbs.
It's more about the quantity of carbohydrates that you're eating.
Okay, here we go. Right, this is the magic number, right? Quantity. What does that mean in real terms?
Well, we have an Eat Well plate.
Okay.
And majority of that is greens and vegetables. And then you've got a little slice of protein and a little slice of carbohydrates. We all need carbohydrates, but in moderation.
Okay. So if I have toast in the morning, what should be the rest of my meals for the rest of the day?
Well, try not to have toast at lunch and in the evening. Try and reduce your amount of carbohydrates. So I would have toast in the morning. Maybe I'd have a salad for lunch with lots of protein, like eggs.
Aha, okay. So we're just got to reduce the amount of carbohydrates we're having. We're talking about low carb, not no carb, because a lot of people will come to me and say, I've cut out bread, I've cut out biscuits, I've cut out everything, and I'm just eating salads.
We all need carbs for a balanced diet.
Okay.
That's the important thing. So it's not about not having any carbs whatsoever. We all need them.
Right.
So that's the key.
Okay, cool. So how do somebody who's just started out on this journey, how do they kind of manage that whole what to eat kind of planning? How does people do it? How do people?
Yeah, you said the P word. Planning is important.
Right.
When you go shopping, for example, write a little shopping list to see what you can buy and what you'd like to eat and what are the carbohydrates on that list, for example.
Right. So you can start then planning out your week then, right? I guess
you can do that.
If I'm having a rice meal on a Monday, maybe on the Tuesday I have more of a salady, greeny, vegetable-y.
Yeah, you can vary your meal times.
And so you visually see it as well, right?
Absolutely.
And also, the benefits of planning your meals, it allows you to save some money on things as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It helps you budget. It makes you feel good as well.
Yeah.
You feel more in control of what goes into your mouth.
Yeah, absolutely. So we should avoid buying the more kind of ready meals, those kind of things.
Yeah, it's processed. Anything made in a factory, a ready meal is made in a factory, that's processed food. So try and avoid too much processed food or convenience meals.
One of the things that I was told when I got diagnosed type 2 diabetic years ago was to drink Kerala juice. Apparently that will kickstart my pancreas and reduce all my diabetes in a couple of months.
That sounds like a diet. I'd avoid
Okay.
anything like that. You can have Karela juice, which is bitter gourd. It's a vegetable. Those vegetables are good for you anyway in their natural form. So try and just cook some bitter gourd or Karela.
So I don't need to juice it and have drinks of it every morning?
No. It's like having orange juice, gallons of it. It's not good for you. Just like everyone thinks fruits are good for you. The only fruits that are good for you in terms of controlling your diabetes is anything with the word berry. So, for example, strawberries,
blackberries,
blueberries.
What other berries is there? Cranberries. I personally like watermelon as well. It's quite good. It's made of water. It's low sugar.
The sweeter the fruit, the more carbohydrates it contains, like mangoes, for example. So all fruits aren't
equal.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. So the other kind of thing we talked about planning, we talked about shopping, we talked about the kind of foods that we can eat. What about different kind of eating lifestyles? We're not talking about diets here, right? The diets are a no-go because people can yo-yo and you start something and then you put the weight back on. What other kind of ways of eating is there that we can look forward to?
It's best not to overcook your food, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So the Mediterranean lifestyle is very al fresco, a lot of fresh fruits, a lot of fresh vegetables. Everything is healthy, less processed, hardly any processed food.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that I like the Mediterranean food. Lots of grilled food as well. I'm a meat eater, so I like the grilled food. That's really cool. So great. So let's crack on and finish off our salads.
Sure.
And we've got the chicken coming out, and then we can start eating.
Perfect.
Looks good. So seems like nothing's off the plate.
Yeah, as long as it's consistent, in moderation, and balanced.
Excellent. So the key message we want you to take away is it's low carb, not no carb. Get planning, get your shopping list out, have a great time, enjoy your food. What are you waiting for?